I bought a Herald that is a reprint of the first Herald of the United Pentecostal Church, December of 1945. I paid $2 for it, and I got my money's worth. And I was reading through this Herald. I'd already known what I was planning on preaching, but I got this econ. And I got to the back page, and they want to sell books and Bibles. Send your order to the Pentecostal Publishing House. And they've got 12 books here on the back that they want you to buy. And I looked through the titles, 9 of the 12 of them. I'm going to read the titles. The Kneeling Christian, title number 1. Title 2, Power Through Prayer. Title number 3, More Power Through Prayer. Different authors. 4th title, Victory for the Shut-In. 5th title, Power of Prevailing Prayer. Next title, How I Know God Answers Prayer. Next title, Prayer at the Golden Altar. Next title, What Full Surrender Means. Next title, The Prayer Life. The next title, Prayer Warfare. The next title, Mighty Prevailing Prayer. 9 out of the 12 books were about prayer. That's our first Herald. None of them are about how to grow a church. I'm not against growth, church growth books. I've got them. But I'm going to tell you something. What good does it do if you grow a church?
Yes.
It's the power of God. Unfortunately, and some of you are going to label me as old fogey and all this kind of stuff right now. That's all right. I got trying to think of songs that I knew about prayer. So I made a little list. And I went down then after I got through with, I wrote 8 of them down just off the top of my head. Then the next ones I just picked up an old Pentecostal hymnal and went through it and got another 8 more that I hadn't thought of. Scary thing is I couldn't think of any, and I'm sure there are, but I couldn't think of one of our new songs about prayer. And I'm sure they're there. I couldn't think of it. What I'm trying to tell you, some of these old authors, and I don't even mean in our lifetime, I'm talking about before us.
Yes.
You see, songs are a reflection of what's going on.
That's right. Amen. That's right.
I remember as a kid, people come to our house, just come over, say hello, visit. And before they leave, and when I was a kid, I'd always get aggravated about it. They'd say, let's have a word of prayer before we leave. And a word of prayer wasn't a word. I was a kid. I didn't want to go to bed. Sometimes I'd fall asleep while it's still praying. Sorry, I'm carnal. Was then for sure. See, if you recognize any of these songs, I must tell Jesus. Just a little talk with Jesus makes it right. Prayer is the key to heaven, but faith unlocks the door. Where could I go? Where could I go? Seeking a refuge for my soul, and the last part says, where could I go but to the Lord? How about sweet hour of prayer? Not sweet 10 minutes.
That's right.
Sweet hour of prayer. What a friend we have in Jesus. And it ends up by saying, all because we do not carry everything to God in prayer. The one I used to hear at altar service all the time said, pass me not, O gentle Savior. Hear my humble cry. Or an old one that we used to hear, and I haven't heard in years, said this, I just steal away somewhere and pray. Have thine own way, Lord. Prayer in itself. Likewise, the next one, I surrender all. That's a prayer in itself. Kneel at the cross. One that we can make big fun of now, because young'uns certainly don't understand this. Central's never busy. Always on the line. You can talk to Jesus almost anytime. Who could tell me the title of that in the song? we can make fun of that because we don't have to go to Central anymore. Central's in our pocket. It's called a cell phone.
Cell phones.
But they had a principle they were saying. For those of you who may not understand it, I live far enough back in the woods, I know what we're talking about. But you had to pick the phone up and then you rang it. Now, I don't know what it did on the other end, but there was an operator down there, and if she was busy talking to somebody else, you had to wait a second before she'd come talk to you. And that was hoping that you could get on, because if Mrs. Road that lived across the road was on the line, like she always was gospeling, you had to wait a little longer until she could get off so you could talk. Party line, it was called. But Central's never busy. He's always on the line.
Praise God.
That's right.
'Tis so sweet to trust in Jesus. Just to take it. Tell it to Jesus. I'm talking about songs of prayer. And then this last one I wrote down simply says, where could I go?
Yes, Lord.
Oh, where could I go? Seeking a refuge for my soul. Sing it. Need a friend to help me in the end. Oh, where could I go but to the Lord? Let's sing it again. Oh, where could I go? Oh, where could I go? Seeking a refuge for my soul. I need a friend to help me in the end. Oh, where could I go but to the Lord? Why don't we lift our hands,
Oh,
Jesus?
Jesus.